Hey guys, I'm Naya and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a huge tier list. It's a tier list of almost every single deck I could come up with in the current metagame that we are in right now. A lot of the times when I posted these tier lists, people would say that I didn't include a certain deck, so today I wanted to come up with as many decks as I could, and we have a lot of them. We have about 70 decks to cover, so I will not waste a lot of time in the intro. However, please let me know. I want to encourage you to let me know down in the comments what you think of this tier list, what you think of these decks overall, and what your opinions are. And also, a lot of you are still not subscribed to the channel, as you can see here on the screen. And yeah, make sure to hit that subscribe button, also like the video, and also turn the notification bell on so you don't miss my content. And the last thing I want to say, I want to thank you again for the channel, for helping the channel hit 2,000 subscribers. I'm so incredibly amazed and thankful, as I will be forever, basically. But yeah, I wanted to remind you that I have a community post up because I'm going to be doing a Q&A. So let me know if you have any questions. You can leave them in the community post and I will answer them in the Q&A that should go live in a couple days. So with all of that being said, hopefully the intro wasn't too long. We need to cover a lot of decks. So let's just go ahead and get started. As for the tiers, as you have probably been able to see, up to this point, we have a go-to tier, a tier 1, tier 2, rogue, not good, and a very bad tier down here. And yeah, I guess let's just go ahead and get started. The first deck we're going to be covering is ABC, and I think I'm going to slap ABC here in Rogue only because I've seen that it topped the regional very recently, and it also it's not exactly bad. You still have 3 ABC Dragon Buster because they came off the ban list, and the deck can make huge boards if it goes uninterrupted. It can also be played with Brave, with Pot of Prosperity for consistency. You have space for a lot of hand traps, so it's not one of the best decks, but it can definitely go in the Rogue category. The next one we have is going to be Adamantia, and I'm also going to put it in Rogue, maybe above ABC. But it's like, it really lost a lot when Block Dragon got banned, when Union Carrier got banned. It's just not at the point it used to be at. But, going uninterrupted, very similar to ABC, it can still make a very formidable board. It has a lot of synchros that it can use and abuse. And yeah, Rogue category, I think, is very fitting for Adamantia. The next one is going to be Altergeist, and you know what? I think I'm gonna put Altergeist in not good. It's lacking so much, even compared to the other trap decks, because if you're gonna be playing a trap deck, more than likely you're gonna choose Outlich. You can choose Cyberse Outlich, and if you have the Brave Engine, put that in. Just play the Cyberse Outlich. It's much better probably, and in any case, I think I would rather choose Outlich than Altergeist. I don't want to be mean to any Altergeist player, but yeah, I just don't think it's good. The next one is Based. We have the Illusion here to represent Base. I'm not going to put it in tier 1. I'm going to put it in Goated. I just moved it to the tier list. So yeah, I think the Goated tier is very fitting for the Base deck because it's, every single deck that can abuse Brave, I think, is more than likely going to be goated, just because there is this huge difference between a deck that can effectively abuse Brave and also do other things like the base deck and all of the other decks. So in my opinion, it should go in the goated tier. It's incredible. The boards it makes are insane. It can abuse Scythe, it can abuse Brave, and it's just yeah, it's very not fun to play against, I would say. So it deserves to go in the goated tier. Then we have B-Trooper. I think I'm just going to put it in not good. Maybe I could put it in Rogue. I don't want to though, because the actual thing that pushes it is DPE, and I realize it's part of the deck. But still, I don't think it's viable. And yeah, I think the not good tier fits it. I'm not gonna put it in the bruh tier, but I think that's about it. Then we have Lyrilusk. So let me think on that. I'm not sure if I have Brigade included in here. But yeah, Lyrilusk, I will put it in tier 2. I think this is good. If we find Brigade anywhere down here among these 70 decks, we can go back to the Lyrilusk thing. But yeah, I don't think it's better than tier 2. Maybe tier 1, I don't know, tier 2? Maybe tier 1.5, somewhere in between. But let's just put it at the top of tier 2, and then we'll decide as we progress. Because Lyrilusk is really nice. Not compared, what's the word? Together with Tri Brigade. But the deck itself, I think, is just it's too much of a, I guess, one-trick pony, or how to put it. Like, you just do this one thing. If you get Valor, like, God forbid you get Valored, and it lost a lot with Starling going to 1, and it obviously cannot be played in, the way it used to be played in. And you really need to decide what kind of version of Brigade, Lyrilusk, anything like that, of the bird up deck, basically, you want to play. If your build is not perfect, you can brick. If you mix it with DPE, you can brick even more. So with all of that in mind, I don't think it deserves to go into the tier 1, because it does struggle a lot. So yeah, there's that. The next one we're going to be covering, let me just move. We have a lot to go through. It's going to be Blackwing, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna put it in the very bad category. It's Blackwing. Shout out to one guy at our regionals who plays Blackwing every single time and just evolves the deck. This is legit awesome, but the deck overall is just not good. So there's that. We're gonna be putting Blue Eyes in the bra tier as well, because it's Blue Eyes and it got the support, right? I'm not denying that, but it's still not there. It's probably never gonna be there. It's still, it's just not as great, and I wouldn't really recommend you play it. Then we have Burning Abyss. I guess we can put Burning Abyss over here in the not good category, just because I realize it does something, like it does a couple things. Like, you can play the trap cards. Beatrice is nice. You can play Zeus in it, obviously. If you get out the purple Dante, that's also nice. Some people cannot deal with him. But the deck itself is just so much lower than a couple other very powerful decks, that I just don't really have high hopes for it. The next one is going to be Cybers. So access code is representing the, microcoder Cybers stuff. Let me think about that. I guess we could put this in... do we want to put this in not good or in rogue? Because it's not that bad, I guess top of not good. We might need to go back to this category, maybe rearrange a couple things. We could put Cybers in the rogue category. Why not? Like, you do a couple things on your turn, and then you can very easily OTK with access code. So I think I would be doing it injustice if I put it in not good. I think this is fine. Then we have Crusadia going down here, where it sadly belongs. Crusadia it's interesting. The Crusadia OTK used to be quite a thing a couple years ago. And also you could play a couple Crusadia things with the combo decks, because you could summon it in the link pointer and advance your plays that way. But I don't think we're at a point in time where Crusadia is something that we need to really be afraid of. So there's that. Cyber Dragon, I'll put it in Rogue above Cybers. Cyber Dragon is really nice. Like, legit, you can play a very much going second oriented version. You play a lot of going second power cards, and really you can catch people off guard. If you play the going first stuff, you can also go for Anaconda, for the Infinity, obviously. So you have a lot of, ways to go in when it comes to Cyber Dragon. And yeah, definitely a strong rogue contender. Then we have Dark Magician. I guess we can, it's above the bra tier, I think. I guess let's just... Do we want to leave it in the bra tier? I think we do. It's Dark Magician. It's been a meme for so many years at this point. I don't want this video to be too long, but I have a small point to make. The Eternal Soul trap card is one of the most hated cards by me. I legit despise this card. It's really good. Looking at it, it's really good for the Dark Magician archetype. And I'm really happy when I get rid of their their card and then their monsters die and all of that. It's just this, you know, pleasure that I have in doing that. But that's really besides the point. This deck, I think, needs to go in the worst tier. So yeah, it's pretty much everything. Then we have DDD. I'll put it in tier 2, maybe below Lyrilusk. DDD is very interesting. I was legit thinking about picking it up because it really, like, it interests me. A lot of people say, and it's a really good point, that it does a lot. You need to go through a lot of plays and you need to be really good in order to end on not a lot of things, if that makes sense. Not a lot of really great things. Like, you have follow-up, you can spam a lot of bodies, and it does a lot more than what it used to do with the link, with the support, with the trap, all of that. It rounds off the deck really well, but it's not one of the best contenders. So tier 2, I think, is perfect for it. Then we have Dispia. And Dispia is, at this point, I will put it in Rogue, maybe at the top of Rogue. However, I need to point out that this is before the structure deck, before any kind of even more viable Despia things are going to be happening. So I think the Rogue category is fitting for it right now, but this will more than likely change. So there's that. Then we have Dino. So I think Dino can go into the tier 2 category easily. Maybe not that easily. Maybe I overestimated that. You see, a guy topped our regionals with Dino, which props to him. And the deck overall can do a lot of things. Ultimate Conductor Tyranno is still very much a dangerous card. But the Miscelano hit really hurt. So no, let's just move it to Rogue. Let's move it at the top of Rogue. I think this is fitting for it. Yeah, I think it's good. That's good. Then we have Chudraco. Chudraco is just, it's in the bra tier, but let's put it, I guess, over here. Yeah, Chudraco is not going to be doing anything anytime soon, as long as Masterpiece is still banned. That's pretty much everything that needs to be said about it. Like, it is something to be afraid of if they really draw incredibly well, but they still have Diagram, limited. They have Card of the Mice limited. They have Dynamite Knight limited, and they have Masterpiece banned. So a lot of things, it took a lot of things for this deck to really get hit, and now I think it needs to go in the worst category. Then we have, I'm pretty sure this icon is meant for Dragon Link. Yeah, so Dragon Link. Let me decide, actually. I think I'll put Dragon Link in tier 1. Yeah, and maybe some of you might disagree with a lot of choices I make here, and I want to stress out once more, please let me know down in the comments what you think. I really want to know. But as for Dragon Link, I might be a little bit biased because I like the deck a lot, and I played it for quite a long time. My husband plays it. It's a really nice deck, and overall it's a really strong deck. However, it suffers a bit when it comes to, like, just comparing it to the other combo decks, when it comes to how easily it can play through certain boards, and also what kind of build you decide for. You have the Brave stuff, which boosts it a lot. But yeah, even if you're just building a regular build, you really, really, really need to put your mind into it and decide about your ratios. And it's not an exactly easy deck to pilot. And yeah, the rewards are huge when you know how to pilot it. So I think tier 1 is fitting for it. Then we have Dragon Maid. So I think I'll put Dragon Maid in the Rogue category. Let's put it here. Let's rearrange the Rogue category, actually. We're gonna put Cyber Dragons a bit higher. And I think this is good right now. So Dragon Maid is... it's an interesting deck. I never really liked it. I don't think it does as much as a deck should do, but it's not bad. So it's a good Rogue pick. Then we have Dragoonity, and I just don't think it's good. Let's put it down here. It's, with the new support, I felt like this was interesting. And if you paired it with Dragon Link, and I've seen a couple builds, people try a couple things out, but then at the end of the day, Dragon Link was just better overall, and Dragoonity just sort of... I guess died out, if that makes sense. So I just don't really think it's good. Then we have a Drytron, and I think we're gonna put Drytron in tier 2. The deck took a lot of hits. but it's still quite viable if you look at how many different engines you can play with it, how many different ways you can go into. You can play Scythe, which is huge. You can also effectively main deck Lancia if you want, if this is the kind of meta you're going into, and this is the kind of, I guess, deck choice and tech choice you need to make. Yeah, Joyson is nice. It's a good deck. However, it's not better than tier 2. Then we have Earth Machine. Yeah, Earth Machine it's rogue. It's just rogue. It's something that you need to be a little bit afraid of, I think, when you're going into this matchup, because it can do a lot of things. It can OTK very easily. It can also go first. So it's something not to underestimate. However, I still think it's only rogue. Then we have Outlich, and I will be putting this in tier 2. Maybe, yeah, I think this is the good, rearranged like that, I think is good. So Outlich, with the Cyber stuff and the Brave stuff, obviously, it got a huge boost. Like, it wasn't exactly one of the best decks before that, and it actually does quite well at events, and we can see that. We can see a lot of topping lists, and I think Outlich is something you need to look out for. And yeah, with the new stuff, obviously, I think this is what gave the deck the boost that it really needed. Then we have Exodia. Let's just put Exodia at the top of the bra category. Like, I think it deserves to go there because it's Exodia, but don't play Exodia, please. Or play Exodia if you want. I'm not someone to tell you what to play. Then we have Flanderies. Okay, so I don't wanna make anybody angry by putting this in tier 1 or tier 2, but I'm deciding, and I think I should put it in tier 1. I don't know, like, I personally don't really think the deck is that great, and I don't really like it, like, almost at all, but we need to keep in mind that it plays D-Shifter, and D-Shifter is so incredibly strong, and with the new support, which takes the monster out of the field so you can resolve it and not immediately lose to Veiler or Impermanence. The deck really, got something from this support. I think this is what it was missing. And overall, ending a barrier statue Empen is sometimes just like, okay, GG, that's good. It's all good. I'm just gonna scoop and go to game 2. So it can lose very hardcore to like, a well-timed Imp or a Lancia or something like that. But yeah, maybe tier 1 and we can fit a couple decks above it. We'll see how this goes. We have a lot of decks to go through. We have Fluffle. Fluffle is, I don't know if I want to put it in the bra category or the not good category. I'm sorry if I made a very loud sound. Let's put it in the, let's put it in the bra category. It's Fluffle, like it's it can OTK you, but that's pretty much it. I think you don't have anything to be afraid of if you're going up against Fluffle. And then we have Paleo. Paleo, I'll put it in not good. It's not exactly, bra. It's like you can play it. You can play Paleo if you want, but it's not. Similarly to Altergeist, I will not waste too much time on this deck. It's just one of the worst trap deck picks, if that makes sense. Like you're probably gonna pick something else. It's just not at the point it should be in order to compete. So I like Paleo, but you probably cannot do anything with it right now. Then we have Goki. I think I'll put Goki in, let me think actually. I don't wanna, with B-Trooper and Goki and things like that, I don't wanna be too rude. But I think I might put it in the not good category. Okay, so hear me out. I played Goki. Like, I think it was like a year or two back, like before COVID, so about 2 years back. I played Goki, and I did quite okay at that event, actually. It's not bad with the Codebreaker stuff, and Isolde, obviously, and all of that. Like, the deck is quite nice. But if you're going for that, then I guess you might want to pick Phantom Knights, you know, and just do more with it. So that's why I'm putting it in the not good category, or maybe I'm just doing it injustice. I don't know, but I'm just of the opinion that if you're gonna choose a deck, a type of deck that does a certain thing, then I would suggest you choose a better deck that does a certain thing, if that makes sense. Then we have Hero. We're gonna put it in Rogue. Above these down here, actually, yeah, I think this is good. Hero is honestly something I'm sometimes afraid of when I'm going up against them. Like Darklaw is incredible, Malicious Bane is incredible. They can get a lot of bodies out. They get a lot of card advantage. However, on turn like 3 or something, if you go through their stuff, if you break their board, like their follow-up is just kind of bad. Like they don't I mean, it's the way it used to be. Maybe some things changed. I'm not exactly getting into Heroes, although I respect the deck a lot. It's what I wanted to say, and I think it's something to look out for as one of the better Rogue tier contenders. So yeah. Then we have Attic Nister. I will also put it in Rogue. Arrival is horrible. I mean, it's a card you need to deal with if you're playing Attic Nister, and it's really, you know, lousy to deal with it. But you can disrupt it on the normal summon and more than likely just get away with it and they will pass. But it doesn't always happen. So it is something to keep in mind. Like it's a kind of fragile deck when it comes to their normal summon. But you can get punished if you let things go too far and you get the Arrival on field and you can't deal with it, then I guess it's just game 2 for you. So look out for Attic Nister, I guess. Infernoble, I will also put it in Rogue. Like it's not with these types of decks, if it goes off, it goes off, and it's just that's just it. You know, and you cannot stop it. You get hand looped. You're staring down a huge board and you just lose. You outright lose. However, these decks can get disrupted quite easily, and at that point they don't really have anything. So you just kill them. So there's that. Like you don't. I don't think you should. You know, I don't think we should put Infernoble any higher than Rogue. Then we have Infernoid, which I think I'm just gonna put it in not good down here. Like you just, you know, it's a very old deck. So if you face it, more than likely you're gonna have a deck that's just inherently better than this deck because this deck got released so much time ago. And it's just, it's not exactly at the level, and you can deal with it. I think with these new cards that came out that just deal with boards and overall strategies that are just better. Yeah, I don't think Infernoble is something you need to be afraid of. Then we have IDS. I didn't put Dogmatica in separately because it's not going to be played separately probably ever. And I'll put IDS in tier 2. Maybe above Eldritch. Like this deck didn't really change much over the last couple of years. Like it's just Alistair, it's Dogmatica, it's Schism, so Winda, and it's just this board that they make. They have trap cards, they have hand traps, they have Mekaba, Winda, you know, punishment things. It's a cool deck. Honestly, it's a nice deck. It can contend. It can just it can run Small World. It can run Prosperity if it wants to, like either or whatever. Like you just you can play. There can be you can run a lot of things and really get away with it because you have quite a lot of space. If you really think about your ratios, you build your deck properly, and more than likely Winda's gonna carry you either way. So there's that. It's a good choice. Cosmo, I'm gonna put it in, let's put it in not good. I don't want to be too rude. I don't want to put it in the worst category, but I never liked this deck. That's really besides the point. I just wanted to say that. Yeah, Cosmo is not really that great. Not much to say about it. We have Life Twin. I will put Life Twin in Rogue, actually, maybe above the Cyber stuff, because it's, should I put it higher? Give me 1 second to think. Maybe we could rearrange that a bit. So Infernoble could go a bit higher. We have stuff down here, and then Live Twin could go above Hero. I think this is perfect. So yeah, I'm a fan of Live Twin, honestly. I think the entire, I guess, what would be the word to describe this? Like the entire thing that the deck is trying to accomplish, like how it goes from one, I guess, Live Twin to the other one, and with the links, with the different colors, switch everything around to get to the link 4. The artworks are awesome. Obviously, it has space to play hand traps. It's a really nice deck. It's not exactly as great as some of the other ones, and I wouldn't put it above Rogue, but it's not a bad choice to pick up and play. We have Lunalight. Now, I will put Lunalight in not good. I'll put it at the top of not good, but I will still put it in not good, and it's only because it just cannot compete, I think, with only one Tiger. So you're probably not going to play it pure, and if you're going to be playing it with Tri-Brigade, I think it's going to brick. Now, you might test it a lot, you might come up with the perfect ratios, but sometimes, at least from my experience, when I mashed up these two strategies, it just hardcore bricked sometimes. And I even included the DP, which was probably a mistake. And yeah, it didn't work. Maybe if Tiger goes to 2, which I think would be too dangerous, so I don't think is going to be happening. Maybe at that point, Lunalight could be a bit more viable, but right now, the not good category, I think, is fitting. Then we have Madolche. I don't really know if I want to put Madolche in Rogue, but I think I'll put it in not good. I don't like Madolche. Like, I just really dislike Madolche. I think it's an interesting choice because the strategy is just, make this board, don't die, OTK, get some advantage, pretty much from what I've seen Madolche players doing. But yeah, I just don't think it's as good as a lot of the other decks. I don't think it can really hang in there. So then we have Magical Musket. It's not good. I'll put it not good, but at the bottom, it's really not a good choice. Like, it's really interesting. You need to be very much aware of the columns and everything that you are doing. So it's one of those decks, Mech Knight and Magical Musket are sort of similar in that aspect, that you need to be mindful of the columns. But even with that, I don't think it's great. Like, it's just not, it's probably not going to do anything remotely viable in any tournament. I think if you disrupt the link, I think you're good. Then we have Grand Module. I think I put it in Rogue just because with these OTK decks, it would be kind of disrespectful to put it lower because it can catch you off guard. It can play a lot of going second cards that are so powerful that you just get blown out. And if they set Grand Module and you attack into it and you just die, then it's kind of on you. So there's also that. It's an interesting choice for someone just wanting to OTK. But it's Rogue. It's just Rogue. Then we have Marincess. I will put it in. So I think it's getting support or something. I think I've seen something like that. So I don't want to put it in the bra category, but I think the not good category is fitting because it's still not good. Marincess is honestly just not good. But yeah, I don't want to put it lower than that. That I don't think that would be nice. So yeah, okay. Moving on. I think we need to, since I'm recording the screen, I don't want to disrupt everything. I still need to see the actual decks I'm trying to put in the tier list. So we have MathMech. I'll put MathMech in, I will put it at the top of not good. I don't think it's Rogue. I think it's worse than that. It's the Xyz, and I don't know. I really don't know. Like, the Xyz can punish you, and when the material just gives the Xyz the ability to, I guess, negate or something, it does something like that. I think it's all good, but it's just not. I really don't think that you should lose to a MathMech player if you're playing anything, any of these decks that are above. So I might be wrong, let me know, but yeah, it's at the top of not good. We have Mech Knight. Mech Knight is Rogue. Like, it's just Mech Knight. You can play it with Invoked. You can play it however. You can play it pure. It's not bad. It abuses columns. It goes second. That's pretty much it. Like, it's, yeah, Mech Knight is one of these decks that was always, I think, so loved by the players, but it just never did anything as great as some of us maybe wanted it to do. So yeah, it was never one of the best decks, but I guess it could go above Grand Majo maybe, but that's pretty much it. Then we have, I think that's, oh yeah, that's Mermail. Okay, I'm just gonna put Mermail in, I guess, not good. To me, the not good category is almost the same as the rogue category, and we have almost we have the same amount of decks in here. I just don't think it's as great as some of the other rogue decks. That's why I wanted to have two separate categories, because I'm not going to be putting, Mermail up against Cyber Dragon or, Live Twin or something, because I just don't think the power level is the same. Then we have Monarchs, and it's just going straight in the bra category. If you're playing Monarch, just play Monarch. It's all good, I lost Monarch probably a lot of the times, because I couldn't use my extra deck. So it's not like the deck is, the worst thing imaginable. It can cheese out wins, but that's pretty much it. It's in the bra category. I'm sorry. We have Mystic Mindburn. I'll put it in not good, but maybe somewhere at the top. Maybe here. I think here is good. So when it comes to the Mystic Mindburn strategy, my opinion on it is that you should, in theory, win. Because we have so many back row removal cards that even if you lose one game and you go to the next one, you physically cannot lose to Mystic Mindburn, I think. And I realize, and it probably has happened to me as well, sometimes they have the perfect combination of Solemn Judgment, Dark Bribe, Goddess Oracle, or whatever it is, and a couple copies of Mystic Mind, the Bads of the Land, all of that. I get that. I'm not taking anything away from you. If you lose to Mystic Mind when this kind of thing happens, you legit cannot do anything about it. However, when it comes to this strategy, I think it's the type of way you're going into the game that it should be so different that you shouldn't lose. Don't special summon a lot if you don't need to. Keep the back row removal for the things that you're most afraid of. Just play a bit differently, and I don't think you should be losing to Mystic Mind. So that's why I'm putting it in the not good category. Then we have Necros. Necros is also not good. It's in the similar part of not good category as Magical Musket. It does a couple things, but it's just not that great at doing them. So yeah. Then we have Numeron. Numeron is also not good. The main thing, Zexal, I think it's Zexal, is banned, so it's not dangerous at all. It's just Numeron. Yeah, maybe you can OTK you one game, but you're probably not gonna lose a match. Then we have Orcust, and Orcust I think should it go in the rogue category or not? Now this is the question. Oh, now I found myself in a pickle because I put a lot of decks, in the not good category. Then I think I should be putting Orcust as well. Oh, let's put it at the top of not good, maybe. I don't know. No, bottom of row. No, top of not good. Top of not good. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but I just don't think it's that good. Harp is banned. I have Harp here for the Orcust picture, but Harp is banned. And if it comes back, it's definitely gonna slip into the rogue category or even higher. But right now, no, I don't think so. Plunder Patrol. I'm gonna be putting Plunder in rogue. And it's because it can be played with Brave, and Brave boosts every single strategy. And overall Patrol is something you need to be afraid of if you don't know what the cards are doing. If you have the correct attributes, then you're just done, basically. And I think it's a deck that we all must respect. We have Pendulum. I'm gonna be putting Pendulum in Rogue, not in the not good category, because I think it's still quite okay. First of all, if you're a good Pendulum player, then you're gonna be doing good with the deck. Or, well, sorry if I said that in a weird way. You're gonna be doing well with the deck. However, the thing I want to stress out is that Pot of Desires got limited. And I think this is a huge loss for pendulums, because you need spells, you need consistency, you need to go through your deck, you need all of these things. And with Pot of Desires going to 1, I think this was a huge indirect hit to pendulum as well. So it's only in the rogue category, like it legit cannot go higher. So Phantom Knights, definitely a tier 1 deck, above all of the other ones. So we are putting something above Flunderies. Phantom Knights are incredible. I will not put it in the goated tier though, because I think pranks are better with Brave than Phantom Knights are, and also the deck struggles with consistency a lot. So you need to make the perfect build. You more than likely need to play Brave with it, and yeah, the deck is awesome, but it's really hard and it's quite inconsistent at times. So I think it needs to go in the tier 1 category. Then we have pranks. Pranks are going in the goated tier, definitely. The deck is so dangerous with the Brave strategy. It's not even funny. Like you do so much. Like, I know Meow is at 1, but if you're managing your resources properly, I don't think you can lose. That's just the way it is. Then we have Cyframe. I'm gonna put it in the bra category, although I have something to admit. I'm pretty sure I lost to Cyframe once because he just did a lot of Cyframe things. He did all of the, not Gamma, all of the other ones. The Epsilon, he Epsiloned me. He did all of it, and I just lost. I don't think it was a match though. I think it was only 1 game. Although I might be wrong, but it's still going in the bra category. Like, it's not gonna be doing anything. Red Eyes is going, I think it needs to go in the bra category as well, and I think we need to put Blue Eyes, Dark Magician, and Red Eyes together, although I still think Dark Magician is better. So let's point this out. I think Dark Magician is better, but none of them are good. Salamangreat is, where should we put Salamangreat? I think I'll put it in Rogue, at the bottom of Rogue though. Strictly at the bottom, maybe above these things over here, like this. Maybe I'm putting it a bit too high, I don't know. I think Salamangreat it was never a bad deck. It just struggles with consistency because Circo is at 1, but we just might get it to at 2, but we just might get it to 3, which would be nice. And also Stalio is at 1, but Gazelle is still at 1. So they got a couple things, not all of them exactly. So yeah, I think row category is good. Then we have Shadow. So separately, Shadows are just not good. This is like trap Shadows, just basic Shadows, no IDS combo of Shadows. Overall, from the IDS strategies, Shadows are being cut by a lot. You just play Schism, basically, and Upcolon, because you break on the main deck Shadows. Like, they don't do anything for you. Shadow Fusion is sometimes just not worth it, and as much as it pains me to say that, but it really isn't. So it's probably at the top of not good, together with Orcus. Then we have Sky Striker. I'm gonna be putting it in tier 2, actually, maybe above Eldritch, because with DPE, it's really good. And now you can also include Scythe, you can include Brave, and it's just this conglomerate of Scythe locking, Artifact Ignition, Brave, DPE, and then Sky Striker cards, Engage at 1, Kakari, Ray that's recurring itself. Yeah, it's a cool deck, honestly. It's not higher than tier 2, but it's something you need to look out for, I would say. Then we have Speedroid. So it's going in the, where do I want to put this? I guess not good. Maybe let's just slap it somewhere. Yeah, let's put it somewhere in here. It's Speedroid. Like, it's I realize it got a bit, I guess, hyped up in the last couple of months, but it's not at the point of the other decks. So yeah. Then we have Spiral. I will put Spiral in not good category somewhere at the top of not good. I guess over here would be perfect. Yeah, like this. This is perfect. So with Master Plan being gone, it's not really. It's not a deck I would want to pick up, if that makes sense. Like, Master Plan did so much, and Quick Fix is still at 1, and Resort is still at 1, because the deck was just way overpowered. Like it was a scary deck when it was at full power, and right now it's not good, and I think it needs to stay that way. Then we have so I put Inspector Border here, which is basically the anti-meta strategy. I don't know how else to put this, but I will be putting it in the not good category somewhere, I guess above Spiral, because these strategies are, you can still mash it, I guess with something like Outlet. You can play like just hardcore, Outlet, Inspector Border turbos. You can obviously play the Phosphodina. You can play all of these annoying cards, but it's also similarly to Mystic Mindburn. It's a deck you just need to deal with, and I think with the amount of back row removal, and the Inspector Border can be easily dealt with Droplet, with Lightning Storm, with Impermanence, that I think you should be able to, I guess, break the boards and just win, just outright win against those types of decks. Then we have Guru. Guru is not good. I'll put it next to Altergeist, but below Altergeist, because in my opinion, it was usually worse than Altergeist. Just looking at a certain metagame that they were both played in. It used to be played with Numeron also, back when Zexal was still a thing. It's obviously not anymore. And just, yeah, Guru is just, it's struggling. It's one of the worst trap decks, I would say, comparing all of these amongst themselves. So yeah, I mean, I guess we have Paleo down here as well, but I think this sort of arrangement is fine. Okay, I think we need to scroll down a bit. How are we gonna do this? I'm gonna scroll down and pick up a deck, slap it in, and then we'll, I guess, let's do it like that. I'll know what the cards are. So we have Sword Soul. Sword Soul is definitely tier 1. I'm gonna actually put it above Phantom Knights, because Sword Soul is just, it's nice. Like, I don't particularly like the deck myself, and, I don't want to play it, but I think it's such a nice deck. It's well-rounded. It does a lot. It has follow-up if you know how to give yourself follow-up with Sword Soul. It's consistent. It can play hand traps. It can go into the Hulk route. It can go into the, I guess, small Sword Soul package, Synchrotiny-based route. Brave. It's just, yeah, it can go into the pile route as well. The cards overall, like the Sword Soul cards, are really good, and I think it's very much deserving of the tier 1 category. Then what do we have here? Oh, we have Synchron. So Synchron is, it's not exactly the bra tier, but it's not good. It's Synchron. It just synchros, but at that point I guess you should be playing some other deck that synchro summons. Then we have Thunder Dragon, and I need to put it in the not good category. As much as it pains me to do so, I would put it quite low, maybe down here above Spiral. I love Thunder Dragon, but Colossus is still banned, and I'm not one of those advocates for Colossus to come off the ban list. It's degenerate, and it probably should rest on the ban list, but I'm still a huge fan of the deck. So like I said, it pains me to put it in the not good category, but it's just not good. Like, the deck itself is not doing anything without Colossus. Thunder Dragon Titan is what I wanted to say. Titan it's just a pop. It's just a pop that you can't disrupt because it's a one effect, so it's not worth it. And you can play some of these, I guess, Dragon, Chaos, Thunder variants, but you just outright die to something like Lancia, Nibiru, Ruler. Like, so many cards could just easily disrupt and just mess with your strategy. It's not worth to play a Thunder Dragon, I think. Then we have Brigade. Oh, right, I have Brigade separately. Okay, I'll put it next to Lyrilusc, because I don't think Lyrilusc is supposed to be played, just Lyrilusc. This doesn't make sense in my opinion. So Brigade with Lyrilusc is just this one... It's this one thing, and I've said everything I wanted to say when it came to Lyrilusc, and the same arguments obviously go for Brigade, because I was talking about the same deck. So there's that. Trickstar is going in let's put it in the bra category, and let's actually put it next to Draco, because looking at it right now, I'm thinking, should I be putting this in the... Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to change my mind now. I think I made my choices correctly. So Trickstar and Draco and all of that used to be played around the same time, and it was really good, but right now it just really isn't. There's still the reincarnation draw lock, which is cheesy and you can do it, but by itself Trickstar is really not doing anything. It's not even remotely dangerous. Then we have Unchained. So Unchained I would definitely put in Rogue, maybe like somewhere down here. Yeah, I guess Salamangreat and Unchained are pretty much at the same power level, and Salamangreat might be a bit higher, because Unchained they're an annoying deck to play against. I really dislike Unchained, but it's like I said, it's annoying when they keep reoccurring themselves, so you can never win. Like they just keep summoning the other ones. They use your monsters to summon. They can play the trap cards. They can play hand traps. They can play everything, and it's just it's Rogue. It's not better than that, but it's something to look out for, I guess. Then we have Utopia. Utopia is just not good. It came out like with this this entire Utopia themed, I guess, deck that came out in the I think it was a side set, but it's just not it didn't really perform, so I don't think it should be higher than this. Maybe up here, I guess, but not higher than the not good category. Then we have Virtual World. Definitely a tier 1 strategy above Flunder. We're going to put everything above Flunder. Like I said before, when it comes to swords, so I'm going to make a couple arguments that are pretty much the same. Virtual World is just really nice. The deck it can break sometimes, but you can mitigate that by just playing a couple things, just playing with your ratios to the point where you feel comfortable and you don't feel you're bricking as much. You can play with Brave. The extra deck is so free in terms of you can really play whatever you want, and you can play with Cupid Pitch. You can play everything. There are so many different versions, so you can really adjust to the metagame you're playing in, the event you're going to, how you want to play the deck, basically. It's quite hard. You need to grind Virtual World a lot, but it gives you a reward, basically, for piloting it correctly, I think. Then we have World Chalice. World Chalice is in the bra category, but it's really cool. Like, I love World Chalice so much. I loved it when it did so well in that one YCS. I think it's a cool deck. It's a really neat deck, but it's not, it's a combo deck that's kind of bad. So at that point, you're gonna choose the better combo deck, in my opinion. Let's scroll down. We need to scroll down a tiny bit. What else do we need to put in? Okay, Zombie and also Zodiac. I guess let's put... Where do we want to put this? I'm gonna put Zombie in not good. We'll discuss everything when we get to it. I guess over here, and I'm gonna tell you why I think that. And also Zodiac down here. Let's slap it down here. And then we're gonna scroll up so we can see everything. Okay. Let's just round this off with Zodiac and also Zombie. So Zombie, I think, needs to be played with Outlich. Zombie Outlich is way better than just regular Zombie. So there's that. It's not really good, but you can play it with Outlich and do a bit better. Ballerdroch is still incredibly, it's just an annoying card to deal with. So you need to be mindful of that. Zombie World kills decks sometimes, just outright kills them. And Zodiac is... the Dryden hit hurt a lot, and you can still play it going second. Maybe it is a Zeus turbo at the end of the day, but it's higher than Speedroid, obviously. Let's just put it a bit higher, but it's not over here. I think it's fine, but it's not gonna be a threat. I think, even overall, looking at going second decks, they're not that great of a choice because the combo decks and all of that are so powerful right now. So it's not a good choice overall. And with Zodiac, lacking Dryden, what are you gonna do? Legit, what are you gonna do? Yeah, Zeus Turbo, cool, but at that point, I just don't think it's worth it. So with all of that being said, hopefully the scrolling down and up and everywhere wasn't annoying. Hopefully I edit this right now when I go to edit this video. I edit this quite well, so it's enjoyable for you to watch. Overall, if this video was enjoyable for you to watch, make sure to like it. Make sure to let me know. It was a ton of fun for me to make it, and let me know your opinions. Like, did I misplace anything? Did I say any weird things? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I want to know everything. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think. Like the video, sub, check out all the social media, engage with me in the Q&A, and I will answer your question. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.